Now at 10, something that seems like it's happening worlds away is having a very real impact on four-staters. Going to have the latest on the war in Ukraine and hear from a Joplin woman who fears for her family's lives as the war rages on. And the FDA is a step closer to a complete ban on menthol-flavored cigarettes and cigars.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Day 3 of the war in Ukraine brought new sanctions from the U.S. and its allies, including on Russia's president. Ukraine's president warns of an impending attack on his country's capital and told European leaders during a video conference this might be the last time they see him alive. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill on these developments.
As Russian troops rolled into southern Ukraine and unleashed air attacks on the country's capital Friday, the U.S. and European allies sanctioned Russian President Vladimir Putin himself, as well as his foreign minister and members of his national security team.
What we are hoping the world takes away from this is the unity through which the United States, President Biden, is working with our European partners and allies.
Ukraine's president warned of a full-scale attack on Kyiv. He said the country's destiny is being decided right now.
Lawmakers across both sides of the aisle have called for additional defense aid for Ukraine. The Pentagon says the U.S. will continue to provide assistance as well as support to NATO, which has now activated its response force for the first time.
There's a historic nature to all this. This is the first time that the alliance has employed these high readiness forces in a deterrence and defense role.
The United Nations Security Council voted Friday on a resolution condemning Russia's attack on Ukraine, but it was vetoed by Russia.
Responsible member states do not invade their neighbors. They do not commit violence against their neighbors just because they have the ability.
A senior defense official says Ukrainian forces are resisting and Russian troops are not advancing as fast as anticipated. But that's not stopping tens of thousands of Ukrainians from fleeing their homeland. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
As Ukraine's military pleaded for civilians to fight, Ukrainian TV broadcasted instructional videos on how to make Molotov cocktails so they can defend themselves. A Joplin woman from Ukraine says she worries for her family as Russia invades her former home. Lilia Moose owns Adornable Embroidery and Alterations in Joplin. She moved to Joplin from Ukraine back in 1998. Moose says she still has many friends and family members in Ukraine. She just wants Ukrainians and those in surrounding countries to have peace and a normal life.
But we're so far from here. It's not very easy to help. We're very far. We're just emotional, can support, but physically, they need army. They need stronger army. They need NATO there.
NATO has for the first time activated a military response force, and this is all amid, of course, Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The events in Ukraine could soon contribute to an ongoing problem here at home, causing pain at the pump for some Kansas drivers. Reporter Lily Wu has this story.
It's time to fill up the gas tank for former Shocker basketball player Cheese Johnson.
Well, I just come from the school that we founded, and it's called U-Jump. And I figured out I need some gas, being that it's snowing out here, so I stopped. And now I'm getting gas at the high gas prices.
Drivers filling up are noticing prices continuing to climb. Unleaded gas has been over $3 since October of last year.
I hope they go back down because, everybody's struggling because of the corona and, it's hard. It's very hard.
Prices for crude oil have been increasing too. The U.S., Saudi Arabia, and Russia are top oil producers.
Crude oil makes up about 50 to 60% of the price we see in a gallon of gas at the pumps. So as those prices rise through the 90s, even close to $100 a barrel today, that's a significant rise from where we were last fall.
Looking at gas prices over the last 20 years, AAA shows the three highest monthly average prices for unleaded gas for Kansans was back in 2008 and 2012. During the summer of 2008, average prices hit $3.95. The national average peaked at $4.09, and the most recent time we've seen prices hit over $3.70 a gallon was in 2012.
We're still not to where we were in 2008, which was the high point. We reached over $4 in July of that month for a short time. Hopefully we won't get that high this year, but that remains to be seen.
With the need for gas to move across the community, drivers like Johnson are hopeful.
Could hit 4. Hope not, but it could. What can we do? But let's go ahead and pay what we need to pay.
All right, meteorologist Doug Heddy joining us now. Some good sunshine earlier today, Doug.
Yeah, especially during the morning hours, we had all sunny skies, and then we started to get mid and upper level clouds increasing during the afternoon, but it really did some pretty good melting across the region. Now we have cloudy skies, nothing underneath the clouds, but we do have a wave to our south, which is developing. Most of the rain, sleet, snow will stay down across central Arkansas, but what we are going to get is a lot of clouds tonight and then into the daytime hours tomorrow. Temperatures backing down. We're sitting mainly into lower 20s right now. I do think we'll back into the mid-teens a little bit later on tonight. At least the winds have diminished, so we don't have to really deal with a wind chill across most of the area. But another cold start. 14 to start, 25 by 9, 35 by noon. High temp of 39 degrees, which is better. So we're heading in the right direction. We're going to look down the road here in just a bit.
Doug, thank you. Still ahead, the CDC announcing a new metric to decide masking guidelines. And anxiety is high for lots of folks with all that's going on in the world right now. Going to hear a few tips on managing all that stress. Most Americans live in areas where healthy people do not need to wear masks indoors. That's according to new metrics the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released Friday. Today, of course, the CDC's new metrics indicate only 28% of Americans live in a part of the country where they do need to wear masks indoors. That number used to be about 99% of the population. The metrics rely on hospitalization and case number data to determine the level of transmission. The CDC now says more than 70% live in locations with low or medium COVID-19 community levels. The agency has no indoor masking recommendation for those areas unless there's a potentially increased risk of contracting the virus. CDC still recommends being fully vaccinated with a booster shot. They also suggest people get tested for the virus if they have symptoms. FDA is a step closer to a complete ban on menthol-flavored cigarettes and cigars. The agency submitted its proposal to the Office of Management and Budget. In 2020, the agency enacted a flavor ban on e-cigarettes because they targeted middle and high school students. Well, now public health officials argue banning menthol, the last allowable flavor in cigarettes, is going to save lives. In its proposal, the FDA provides evidence that menthol tobacco products are heavily marketed to racial minorities. The CDC reports more than 85% of menthol smokers are black, taking a disproportionate toll on their health. FDA officials say the proposed menthol ban will still need to be opened to public comment before a final review. Well, with so much going on really everywhere, especially in Europe, here at home, it's easy for headline anxiety to creep up and make us feel stressed and overwhelmed. Mary Maloney has 3 tips to help you reduce stress and worry less.
Anxiety awakened. With jarring headlines of war abroad and inflation here at home, you may be feeling more anxious and overwhelmed than usual.
Many people are stressed out. Many people are feeling anxious, and you're not alone. The less alone we feel, the less intense those emotions can feel.
Life coach and health expert Stephanie Manzor has these 3 tips to help you reduce that heightened anxiety and worry less. Number 1, use your senses and sniff your way to serenity.
You can either spritz your favorite perfume, or you can use cologne, you can light a candle, you can use essential oils, whatever you can smell that makes you feel relaxed and a little bit more at ease.
Number 2, when there's a lot going on that's outside of your control or too many thoughts in your mind, Manzor suggests you pause and sip on something warm, like hot tea.
Now, why hot tea? Well, when something is hot, we have to slow down. We have to calm down in order to slowly drink the hot beverage.
And number 3, turn to your breath. Try this simple breathing technique that will help you release stress.
Breathe in for 4 counts, hold at the top for 4 counts, and slowly breathe out for another 4 counts. This is going to help your nervous system get more settled and feel more relaxed.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Remember, there's always going to be stressors and triggers around us. Instead of focusing on eliminating the source of the stress, Manzor says, focus on managing your emotions and mindset amidst the stress. Kansas and Missouri announced settlements with 3 major pharmaceutical manufacturers over their role in the opioid crisis. The $26 billion settlement involves Cardinal Health, McKesson Corporation, and AmerisourceBergen. Kansas is receiving $190 million in payments over 17 years, while Missouri is receiving $485 million. If you have a Honda CR-V or a Honda Accord, listen up. There's been more than 270 complaints about brake issues, and now the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating. 6 of those complaints involve crashes and minor injuries. And this is for CR-Vs from 2017 to 2019 and the 2018 to 2019 Accords. The concern has to do with the automatic emergency brakes, with reports that the braking can happen unnecessarily without the driver touching the brake pedal. Later, the Fort Scott girls looking to claim the outright SEK League title. Going to see whether they pulled it off in sports.
Plus another cold night for us tonight, but it does start to warm up. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, at least better for us today. We got some sunshine across the region that helped melt a lot of the snow and the ice. But of course, our temperatures didn't get up to freezing. But man, the sun makes it feel so much better outside. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, parking lot filling up. It is Friday night, heading into the weekend, and it looks actually quite a bit better for us over the next, week. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, still been cold. Temperatures this morning. Look at this. 8 Iola, 7 Fredonia, 7 Independent, 6 in Parsons, near 10 along the I-44 corridor. We got into the upper 20s today. Not great, but better. So better's always better. And now we're dropping back as we are sitting mainly into lower 20s, 23 in Fort Scott, 23 in Commerce, 24 in Lamar. Knoll checking in at 25, and it looks like our temperature is kind of 15 to 17 degrees once again for us tonight. Good news here, at least the winds are kind of dying down. You can see them shifting out of the east. Of course, the wind gives you a wind chill, so when there's not much wind out there, we don't get the wind chill factors across the region. Have plenty of sunshine during the morning hours. Mid and upper level clouds have increased through the afternoon into the evening hours. Nothing underneath the clouds, but these are from a wave down across Texas, southern Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. You can see the rain where you see the pink popping up. That's actually some more sleet. This is going to get very close to our southern counties, but I think it'll stay just south of us, which is good. But we are going to see the clouds from it tonight into the daytime hours tomorrow. But look out west. Not a whole lot going on, so that's good news. That will give us pretty good weather as we go through the next few days. For us tonight, still a lot of clouds, mid-teens. We bump it up a little bit tomorrow. We push 40 during the afternoon. Now, we're going to have mostly cloudy skies, but not bad. Easterly winds 5 to 10. 14 to start, 33 by noon. High temp right around 39 during the afternoon. Tomorrow night, still cold, but improving, backing down near 20 for an overnight low. Sunday, even better. Plenty of sunshine. High temps right around 50 degrees by the time we head into Sunday afternoon. And then Monday, we soar through the 50s into the upper 50s by Monday afternoon. Gets even better. Let's step through next week because there's nothing going on. It's boring for me. It's great for you guys. Upper 60s on Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. Near 70 Wednesday. Thursday, near 70 degrees. Friday, near 70 degrees, but showers and thunderstorms start to pop up. This system rolls in next weekend. Good chances for thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe. Until then, piece of cake. 39 tomorrow, 48 Sunday, 57 on Monday, 64 on Tuesday, and then near 70 Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with those thunderstorm chances starting to increase.
Yeah, I'm not feeling sorry at all for your boredom
I know.
right now, Doug Katie, because before too long, you're going to be
Severe weather season.
Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, man. All right, coming up in sports, Fort Scott girls aiming to earn the outright SEK League title, and 4 local wrestlers advancing to the finals at the Kansas State Championships. Jacob Leonard has that and more next.
Tonight is the final night of the regular season for SEK High School basketball. The Fort Scott Tigers are on the road tonight facing Parsons. On the girls' side, It's a big opportunity for Fort Scott. They've already earned at least a share of the SEK League title. And with a win tonight against the Vikings, Fort Scott would earn the outright conference championship. Parsons on a 13-0 run in the first. Eliana Valentine Florence knocks down the three. Here she is again, same spot. This one beats the first quarter buzzer. Tigers now Harmony Shaw banks it in for two. Fort Scott leads by one at halftime, but then it's all Parsons from there. Sydney Scheibe gets to the basket for the easy lay-in. Back to Valentine Florence. She finishes on the other end. Parsons pulls away to beat Fort Scott 45-32. So with that Fort Scott loss, Labette County can earn a share of the girls' SEK championship with a win over Independence. That's what they did. The Grizzlies get it done over Indy 42-22. So Labette County shares the SEK title with Fort Scott. For the Grizzlies, it's their 5th straight conference championship and 22nd in program history.
The kids work hard. We've had some trials and errors through the year, and they persevered. We knew what we had to do, and especially this time, it was our fault that we got in the situation that we're in, but extremely proud of these kids, and this bunch of kids has just been very special to me. Every day is something, I should say, not in a good, positive way. I mean, they're fun, but yet, you can chew them, and they take it and go on with it.
Well, tonight is semifinal night at the Class 1 District 5 Boys Tournament in Joplin. Tournament host Thomas Jefferson is on the floor tonight, aiming to earn their spot in the district championship. The Cavaliers are the 3 seed in the district bracket. They face 2nd-seeded Lockwood tonight in the semifinals. Starting out for TJ here, Drew Goodhope knocks down the 3. Cavaliers out to the early lead. Goodhope scores 28. Next, it's Kaden Myers showing off his range, knocking down the 3 from the top of the key in the second. He hit 2 threes. Now in the third, Cavs in trouble. Jake Jarrett comes outside to sink the three-pointer. They're going for the lead extension though in the third. Levi Triplett open outside. He will hit the 3 for the Cavaliers. Thomas Jefferson moving on to the tournament championship. They win it 60-44. On the other side of the bracket, the McCauley Warriors trying to knock off the top-seeded Golden City Eagles and make the district title game. McCauley hung around all night, but it's Golden City moving on 62-51. Missouri Southern women will finish up the regular season tomorrow on the road against Central Oklahoma. They can make a little history. With a win over UCO tomorrow, the Lions would clinch their first ever MIAA regular season title. Well, Southern, red hot right now. They've won 14 straight heading into the weekend. They are 18-3 in the MIAA, which puts them in a tie with Fort Hays State for first place in the conference. So after about 4 months, 26 games, comes down to just one for Southern to make history, and they don't need that explained.
They understand. They're seeing the tweets and everything else talking about history. I don't have to talk much about it at all because they know what's at stake and what the potential could be, and they're excited about that aspect, but they still understand that you got to come ready to play. We've kind of been that team that's been trying to knock off the top team for the last 5 years. We've been up and down as far as with our, as far as in the conference, couldn't win a lot of ball games on the road, where this year we've completely turned that around, where, we took care of our home games, and then we won some tough games on the road that's really given us a lot of confidence.
Today's the opening day of the Kansas Boys High School State Wrestling Tournament. 13 local wrestlers won their first 2 matches to advance to the semifinals. 4 of those 13 won in the semifinals tonight, and that includes this guy, Frontenac High School senior Dawson Lapping. Lapping won his semifinal match over Pratt's Keyshawn Thompson earlier tonight in an 11-6 decision. Lapping is now 39-0 and will wrestle for the 152-pound state title tomorrow. There are 3 other local guys who will wrestle for state championships tomorrow. At 113 pounds in the 4A tournament, Chinook's Colton Meisner's in the finals. And a pair of guys in the 3-2-1A state tournament in Erie's Drayton Kennedy and Jayhawk Lynn's Corbin White. Tournament action will resume with consolation wrestlebacks at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Finally, Matt Nagy is returning to the sideline for the Kansas City Chiefs. Nagy will serve as a senior assistant and quarterbacks coach for the team. He was actually with the Chiefs from 2013 to 2017, finishing as offensive coordinator before being named head coach of the Chicago Bears. He was fired in Chicago last month after going 34-31 in the regular season and making 2 appearances in the playoffs. And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Time now to honor a local veteran. Sergeant Aaron Golden served in the U.S. Army. He's from Seneca, Missouri. And we are proud to thank and salute Sergeant Aaron Golden. He's tonight's Force Day hero. To learn more about all of our heroes, or if you'd like to submit a hero of your own, please do. You can just log on to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. All right, T&D Donkey Rescue in Liberal, Missouri is a nonprofit that works to rescue and heal neglected and abused donkeys in the area. But because they are a nonprofit, they rely on support from the community to keep the mission alive. So today, the Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Frontenac, Kansas, held a scrapbooking event to raise money and awareness for the rescue.
The animals that come in, they've been abused, neglected, abandoned. If you could meet the animals and see how truly sweet they are and the care that they need, that's why you do it.
Fundraising event is going to continue tomorrow in the Sacred Heart Catholic Church Parish Hall, again in Frontenac. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow the weather anyway is going to be good for people to go out and go to a good benefit like this.
Yeah, we're going to have dry conditions at least. It's still going to be pretty cold, but we're heading in the right direction. 39 for a high, pushing 50 on Sunday, and then next week looks spectacular.
Spectacular to go out and shoot some video for sports, right? Next week?
Yeah, no, next week for sure. Yeah, but we told you the Labette County girls and the Fort Scott girls split the SEK championship. It's the 22nd SEK Conference Championship for Labette County, the 9th for the Fort Scott girls.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.